Hello everybody and welcome back. It's been just a week actually, probably, for this episode, which is, what I meant to do, but don't really manage it. And I've done some preparing for this episode where we're starting our capital city need a name, and if anyone would like this area or any of the areas around each metro station named after them, I will pop up a diagram of each station and their number on screen. Just comment the number down below. So last time out we did make this metro system, and there are a few issues like here, but I'm pretty pleased with it. I like the amount of map it covers. I think this is a good way to plan a city, and also, I like the distancing between stations, in the city centre, there's a station really close together. Further out, you've got longer distances, like over here. But I've done a bit of preparing for this episode. First of all, I've dropped in a nice, not massive station in here. It's going to allow intercity trains, currently turned off because we haven't built anything yet. Built, obviously, this massive road layout. I've got a very specific idea in mind for the suburb, you'll see in a minute. Dropped in our national road, so we're using one of the... I really like this road, this is a fantastic addition. This 4-lane highway. It's going to split into two smaller roads, one that's actually in a tunnel, doesn't come up yet, but it'll go into the city centre, which is going to be covering this kind of part of the city. This one, I don't know, probably head out round to the airport, which is going to be over here. I've also done a little bit of an intersection, and people are using it, which is cool. Although, yeah, I've got something wrong here. I was wondering why they were doing that. I'll swap this road round, give me one tick. Wow, this is like one of my first intersections I've ever built. I don't see the point in building lots of intersections. And we'll shove that up to 2-lane. And actually, I don't see the need. We don't need to shove that up to... Whoops, don't want that. I want to close that. Can I? Thank you. It's flowing nicely. I don't see much more traffic coming along the intersection, just going on straight through, which should be fine. Let's see, will people start using the right route, please? We'll come back later. But obviously we've got this massive not enough goods problem in Cube, and I want to avoid that here. Also, we've got a lot of industry demand and not much commercial. So we're going to start off this episode not with the residential that I've planned out, but with a spot of industrial nestled amongst the railways. So I'm going to looking to cover an area kind of this size with industrial, which is not... Okay, I'm not a massive fan of the industrial part of the game. Let's just connect that road into there. Say we want to leave this one off that way somewhere. But it's okay. It's a part of the game, and we have to work with it. We've also got some interesting slopes, and actually I think the style I'm going to be doing today will work quite well with those slopes, but we'll get to that in a minute. Also probably want to connect in this metro station, which is going to be a part of a different smaller area, but it's actually going to be quite important because there's not any metro station on this line. Anyway, let's get into building some industrial. So I think I want to do a bit of a parallel road to this, just for a little bit. And obviously that's going to be difficult. There's not actually much space to work with here. So we're going to have to squeeze the industrial in, and I'll sort that road after in a minute. And I'm pretty near the city centre here. I was going to say, could we get away with a level crossing? Probably not. Luckily, we can go over because there's enough space under that bridge. and I want any mode, please. And so it's just piecing together a little industrial road. Just get that bridge over, not like that though. And I like to build the bridge and then worry about heights. That's just how I do things. And if I slope that, that's going to be good. If we could just grab a pillar and copy that, it looks a bit odd. That's looking alright. And we can grab this, and we're not going to want a connection there. So we'll go around the back of the tunnel to avoid creating a four-way intersection. Because while I'm not that bothered about traffic, you do have to care a little bit. Oh, flip it. What on earth? Give me some slope, please. Holy moly. That's going to be much better. Don't know why it lagged there. And this just piecing together some roads for industry. Obviously, what we want to be doing at any start of the city, never mind just when you're building a new area, but yeah, that's going to be good. I want to see what kind of buildings when I'm placing. I'm going to probably go into a time lapse in a little bit when I'm placing some of my industrial buildings. I'm interested to see what kind of what patterns we're going to be able to get into. I know that made no sense probably, but whatever. Deal with it. Dip that down a little bit. Add extra layers. Interesting road networks. Also going to need to quickly sort this out. But yeah, I'll just quickly dive into a time lapse where I'm just placing some industry. I might even place some of the houses. No, I'll probably explain what I'm going to do with them. Okay, see you in a minute. Alright, lovely jubbly. However, now we're getting some issues with not enough services, so let's quickly put those in. So as you can see, I've kind of made like a wider block in the middle, so I'm thinking we're gonna have a bit of a park and then commercial down the sides. But at this end, I think we could make a bit of a services complex. So let's do it. So services, I'm gonna go in order. We're gonna just want to grab. This is not needed because could we squeeze one of these in just to get a bit of extra power into the system? It'll all be made to look a lot nicer during the detailing, but we do need just a little something to boost our energy production. How much does that boost us up to? So that puts us firmly in green. I did not mean to press that. And oh my days, am I glad for 81 tiles getting rid of power lines and water pipes. Because I forget water pipes and power lines would just not be practical to plan a city with the metro like that. Like, I mean, even if they're off. Yeah, actually, if they're off, they're fine. But we don't need well. Do we need water? Could one sit here? Do I have a better place for it? Here. That'll do. And sewage treatment. Eco inland water treatment plant. Do we have? Yeah, we do. Can I get a small one? And find it over. That'll do. No, I just made a block for services, but obviously these are more industrial ones. Oh yeah, no, they'll be made to look nice during the detailing. I can stop fast forwarding. Of course, rubbish. Again, that's gonna help create that kind of complex vibe of just industrial, which actually I realise I didn't go over now. So, one sec. So you've got some, I actually quite like vanilla industrial, controversial opinion, I know. If used well, I think it looks alright. So, we've got some of our, obviously this is a favourite of lots of people in vanilla games, or people playing without assets, and actually, I mean, I've never seen this asset being used, so, but I think it looks great, especially fused together, two of them, all those smokestacks and stuff. In fact, other buildings actually, random buildings just squeezed in. Got a couple of 1x1s next to this set of 4 3x3s to create a 6x6, which is obviously much nicer to get a big, bulky industrial look, which is exactly what we're going for. Again, did the kind of same thing with the 2x2s over here. Fused in some other stuff, so 1x1, and this probably 2x2. Just that's a 3x3, just to give it kind of that complex vibe. We've come under here with some of our smaller 2x2s, which I realise I now need. Now realise I need to just shove them down a bit because I want them to be on this road, and it'd be a bit weird. But it's just to get something under the railway tracks. That's obviously nice. Detailing, we can put props around as well, make it all feel a bit more full. And I'll find something to put over here, but obviously this is going to be the very edge of what we're doing today. When we build over here, we'll probably find a use for it, even if it's just squeezing in some more industrial, but that should do us for now. So, where was I? You know, we come in with these, and that, and stuff. Love this asset placement, I think that's really, really nice. Very happy with that. But back to services. So easily to get sidetracked in this wonderful game, especially when you're recording something and you forgot to do something, which is what I do pretty much every day. That's going to be good for our medical clinic. I don't think we need to. I think often the reason I detail a fair bit, but I don't normally detail services so much, and I feel they do quite a good job of just detailing themselves, in my opinion. Schools. This is a bit of a different matter. We could, that's going to distract the people learning, if we put it there. So I think I'll shove it on this corner, and I will detail up a playground in the detailing time-lapse. High school, that's a bit, secondary school, I actually think could actually sit over there, and actually probably having another elementary school is going to be required. Don't want it near the industry, so we could have it over here. Well, that should be plenty. Actually thinking, change it up a bit, use a smaller school. I never used the high capacity schools, they're just awful. Could you imagine going to school in one of these? That would be, it's silly, in my opinion. But yeah, we can detail up those schools after. I think one high school should be enough for this area. I will plop one down here, temporarily, because I know when we're growing up we can have lots more high school students than we're going to have capacity for. And then it can be deleted at the end of the episode. Or maybe next episode. Transport wise, well, we're going to want a bus depot. That's something we can add to our industrial complex. Maybe I need to find a good spot for that. I'm actually gonna remove these two, so we can squeeze in our bus depot here. Can you let me grab it, move it? Thanks, move it. Well, that'll do. There's a little bit of clipping. How bad is it? Actually, it's not really clipping at all. That's alright, I'll accept that. Again, all look a lot prettier after the detailing time-lapse. But for now, that's going to do us parks. Because we're going to be plopping in some residential, I would like to get a park in. This is not going to be finalised, you see, it's just there to get the land value in so people will stop complaining. So I'll actually probably just use one of our favourite land value boosters. I don't actually like how the dog park looks, but it's great for land value. So that'll do for now, and we'll probably keep them in anyway and just add another park in the middle. So that's all our services. I'm going to run it for a bit and talk about what housing we want. So again, we're going to want to go into find it, because I'm lazy and I'm not going to do whack-a-mole. And we want to go 2 by 2. There's this very specific asset. So this is actually a layout that you kind of expect to see in Britain in terms of roads. You've got long, thin streets where you'd see terraces. So I'm going to mash that in with some non-terraces, because we don't really... I could use these, but it's not really the aesthetic I want. They're not proper terraces, although I could make them. They don't look very good. So all I'm going to use is these, and we're just going to go along there and along there. We've actually made this gridded area is 5 by 31, so we can squeeze in a path along and across, which is obviously great for walkability and also just really good for aesthetics. So I'm not going to time lapse it. I don't see the point. I will just fade into when they're all plopped in. We're also going to, after we've plopped them in, we're going to talk about a bit of commercial along here, which we will not unpause the game until we've placed that in, because we've got commercial demand and we need commercial for this much residential. Probably have pockets of commercial elsewhere as well, but that's for in a minute, so let's get to that. I don't know where I was going with that sentence, so I'll just cut right now. Okay, I've just plopped in the residential, and yes, I hit play. I was like, there's not much damage is going to be done, and then I realised, death waves. I placed this all on pause. It is what it is. It's sorted now. Move it to your friend, but with the reset option. But yeah, we had a death wave. Anyway, so with this commercial strip, I would like to use. Excuse me. the shopping malls, I realised I should have removed these paths earlier, the shopping malls content creator pack. And that is just because I haven't used it before, and also because it looks nice. Oh my days, why why is this path wonky? Just because it's on a hill, I think in CS2 I hope the grid doesn't break because it's on a hill. I understand why, I guess, but it's just like pointless. Keep the grid going. I understand why, but it's to make big buildings not able to grow, but it's a pain when you're building stuff like this. Someone could make it. It'd be lovely to have a mod. I don't know that stopped it happening, but it's okay. So, shopping malls. Well, I've just painted over a district, so actually not going to do much with this. I don't really know the assets, so I don't know which ones I'm going to want to plop down. So I'm just going to go for the style, built-in style. I need to get rid of district style picker. It does rubbish, but pack 16. I'm going to guess it's 16 because that's the newest one. And we've got a bit of commercial demand, so it should grow in if I pop down a 2x2, what's that gonna look like? Hello? Where's my commercial demand? There we go. Alright, come on, zone in. Grow up. Hurry up. And we have got a shopping mall. That's it. That'll do me. And we'll just, I'll zone up this one as these two rows as 2x2, so I want it fairly symmetrical. And I will just quickly time-lapse it. So basically I intended to record myself talking about it, but I forgot to press the unmute button on the mic. Well done me. So we will just, after this time-lapse, transition into the detailing, and then we'll have a bit of a detailing review and be done with the episode. So yeah, whoops. Right, so let's have a look at what we've done. I'm not entirely pleased with the detailing, but I just wanted to get it done so we can get this video out on time. Yes, I'm always behind, I am fully aware of that. It's part of my channel. So we'll start over here. We've made a bit of a nice Green Cities market. Hill is a bit of a trouble to work with, and obviously this is not ideal, or that. Neither scenario is ideal, but we just have to live with it. Unfortunately, City Skylines, whilst is good with terrain, actually, I think it's pretty good with terrain. It's better with terrain flat with steps, and in a small space like this, just not going to work. So we've also dropped in our post office and moved our bank along here just because stuff, but obviously we're developing this in a future episode, and so now is not the time. Are you not switched off? You're switched off. Why are you being robbed? There's nothing there. Come in with a little playground. This is liable to change when we build out here. And have a look at the park. Got a little food court. Always love a food court. Some parking evidently is greatly required here, but I'm not going to provide it because people don't deserve it. Parking's for no one. No one should get parking, really. Oh, a bit of lag. The tree brush I'm not very happy with, mainly because tree brush wasn't working again. I have not seen a fix for this, and it's just mildly irritating, to be honest. I don't mind this park, I just don't know, it just doesn't feel quite right to me. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm coming with a little car park near the lungs of the city, completely full, so really should probably consider putting in more, but nah, it's okay. More formal over here with just bushes and field, just to kind of fill in the space. Over here we've gone for a more colourful tree palette, some overgrowth to cover up some of the janky terrain, and I put down a Paris Metro car. So people may be aware, but we're going to be using DLR pretty much entirely on this metro network. And I thought, well, they've got pretty similar liveries if we have a quick look. I know I really could do it for detailing and reviewing the camera, but I like people to see what's going on with the city. Just for a little explainer there while I find the thing, it was props at the end. No, just go that filter. Here we go. If you look, give me just single. There. Look, very similar liveries. And I just thought, well, this could be the predecessor. This is an important metro hub. Why not shove it in a park nearby? It's the kind of thing that would be done in London. Not much detailing happened on this side. Partly because of time, partly because I felt it worked already quite well. Come over this side and we've just got lots of props. I found these old Transperth buses. They're good. I'll take them. I'll put them down in front of them. And I thought maybe we could store some bus shelters at the bus depot. I mean, you need to have bus shelters to put down, I guess. Just gone bonkers with just random industrial props all over the place, basically. And it's looking alright. I think often the buildings kind of detail themselves. Industrial detailing's not... Let's just move you a little bit. Is not my forte in any way, shape or form, so please do excuse me on that. Dropped in this car dealership. Thought this is kind of like the kind of place you'd expect to see a car dealership, maybe a little more rough than one where you'd expect to see some posh Tesla-like thing, but it's okay, we don't worry about it. Holy moly. jumpy game. I'm really pleased with how this come out. Surprisingly few people, just 1,600, but population's going up. And I just love the way the buildings look in these long rows. I don't know whether I'll continue it on other areas. I don't really know what I'm going to do next, which is obviously a bit of an issue. Any ideas, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll just do some random, maybe some gridded residential expansion, maybe some flowy residential expansion. I have no idea. But that's an exploration for next time. So I'm going to leave you with a couple of cinematics. Not much though, so don't expect crazy stuff because it's not a crazy build. Thank you very much for watching. It really is appreciated. Do remember to hit the like button. I won't trouble you to comment unless you wish to. It really does help the algorithm. However, I understand people may not have time or wish to. Need to see to that abandonment. Hube's being very odd. Why? I've sorted out the rubbish. Do you want another one? Do you really need 8 recycling centres? Here, I'll give you 10 for good measure. 9 for good measure. Learn to count. I know this is rubbish. Yeah, did you expect me to do something about it? No, I'm not good. Maybe when we polish at the end of the series, I like to do a polish. Not that I've ever reached the end of the series, because cities break too often and I'm very slow at building. If we reach the end of the series, I will do a polish, but for now, I'm going to ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist, like with the abandonment problem. Why have you got, as well, okay, I should really go to the cinematics, but I just want to point out, this is not my fault. A dead person is waiting for transport. Is this not enough cemeteries? And not just that, there's loads everywhere else. There, I'll plop a bunch more in. Go there. I'm so confused. Anyway, so thank you for watching. As I was saying, quick cinematic rundown, and then we're done.